with just 3 workouts plus 1 optional class each week.
My name is David Moorfield. I am a freelance DP based in Orlando, Florida. I've been in the industry for 10 years. In the last 4, I've really hit my stride, targeting the projects that I want to do. And now I'm niching down even more because I want to be on more and more documentary jobs.
Together, we're going to crush these goals and make this the fall season your strongest.
No worries.
I don't know how to say
Since I'm targeting documentary work, I need to figure out how to parlay my current existing clientele that really lives in the corporate world, how I can bring that over and help me support getting into documentary jobs.
You okay? You okay?
I've done that so many times. My strategy, and I'll let you know if it works or not, is to treat each of these corporate or social media shoots as an opportunity to test gear, processes, workflow, anything that I would use on a documentary shoot, just in this more controlled environment. Case in point, for this one, we were shooting right here on this couch, coming with the sunlight, and now we're moving further into the table. And I knew this beforehand, so that's why I started here in the couch, so I could just, once we finish, I could march that stuff forward and shoot the table. Now, with documentary, I have to follow the story a lot more, so I can't plan as much, but it helps get my mind into this 1-2 steps ahead type of thought process. Now, this will be the second time in my career that I've pivoted like this. The first one was about 2020. I had been doing real estate for 4 years. I had built up a successful business, providing photo, video, drone, and I was able to position myself to go towards some of the higher end clients, which was really nice because I was getting burned out on the day-to-day. And eventually I got burned out completely, and I said, this is not what I want to be doing, even though it's becoming successful. So it was very tough, but I had to say no to all those paying clients, and I shifted completely to corporate work. And I have really, really been satisfied with that shift. The great part with that is there is a lot of overlap between corporate work and documentary when you get the type of clients who are looking for message and showing maybe they are at the executive level, but they need to show what happens on the field level, in the factory, whatever they own. And the beautiful thing about this vlog is it's not conceptual. There is practice in the field that I can just show you. So this shoot was from a month ago for my buddy Adam Kalinowski. He just had his first kid, by the way. Congrats, Adam. And he brought me out because we were doing exactly what I was saying. Corporate client with an in-the-field type of message. They want to show the authenticity, and it behaves very similar to, we'll call it the baseline of a documentary. So this would not have any verite characteristics to it, but your very common, we need interviews, and we need correlating B-roll to cover those interviews. And as a 2-man team, we were able to divide up the tech responsibilities, but Adam was more on client contact and making sure that the message was being captured, whereas I was making sure that the audio and video was matching the same quality. But let's get back to today's shoot. So they wanted the window in view. They wanted it exposed. I just did not have enough firepower to do that inside, to raise all the level. So instead, we're pushing the camera and everything outside, and we're going with a reduction in light instead of trying to overpower the sun. So I am bringing my 5-in-1 diffuser. We're taking off the skirt, and my PA is just holding it to cut the sunlight, and then we are filling in the shadows with this 300C. And the wind was absolutely howling, so I had initially tried to use my boom mic. I don't have the right accessories, so I ended up going with the lav. So this is what I was using inside, And it's great because it doesn't have to compete against any wind noise or rustling or anything like that. As soon as I took it outside, it was not the right tool for the job, and I had to adjust. I had to figure out what would work, and that did set us back a few minutes, which has got me thinking about buying a little blimp or a dead cat, some type of fuzzy to keep on here. I don't want to expand my audio kit. This pool made me nervous. But I do know it is very common if I'm going to be on these small crew dock jobs to have a few of the audio accessories. So I know this vlog has so many different levels of viewers. You have beginners, you have high-level career people. Who has made a successful pivot like this where they are trying to redirect their marketing? I'm very interested in what the ratio is of the targeted work they do versus just some of the paid work. I'm gonna film it like this so I don't get a copyright strike, but this is my buddy Dalton. He's operating the gimbal right now. This is the job that I do sometimes for ESPN and Top Rank. And so as soon as this camera flips, I'll show you. It's Dalton and JD, those two blonde guys. So Dalton's the gimbal op and JD is the utility. He's kind of like making sure no one gets in the way, that he's got a clear line of sight. Yeah, the boys are working in Madison Square Theater tonight. Based on the successful pivot that I had from the real estate world into the corporate, I know that the best chance of success is when you can do it with a community. If you can have other people help support this change. Now, I'm not expecting anybody to give me work just because, oh, you said you wanted these types of jobs, let me give you this. That's never worked out. But the more I can cultivate this type of environment around me, the easier it is to think of me in this capacity. I'm learning that this YouTube presence is a continual conversation between viewer and guy on YouTube. I can give info out here, but I can also get info back, and that is so beneficial. Some people just want to help just because out of the goodness of their heart. Other people may really need your services. They just don't know that you exist. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to position myself forward, let everybody know the direction that I'm going, because that will help satisfy those specific needs rather than all the other work that I can do, but I don't want to do. I want to go this way. You guys have seen in the last few videos I've been talking about tailoring my equipment to satisfy this one-man band interview type of world. That is progressing, and it will also assist this type of documentary direction. And while I'm learning how to market myself, this is a lot of what I get into in these consultation calls. I try to help people who are below my level or at my level. I don't know what's beyond my level, so I can't help you there. But it's a lot of figuring out, what do people have as existing marketing? Is there an easy way to find you? Do you have the tools for that job? And like, where are you in that spectrum of, can I fulfill everything? Do I need to take every job at the moment? Can I be picky? I love the consultation calls. They're $125 an hour, and the benefit is you don't get my sole perspective. I get to tell you what has worked for my other colleagues. More importantly, what hasn't worked for my other colleagues, and all of my pitfalls too. They're more of a conversation with a lot of facts that I can present as context. So does anybody have like this type of like pivot? How hard are you making this pivot? Because I've seen it in the past where people say, yeah, I would love to do that work, but they're not steering that direction. And I'm trying to do like, turn this whole ship that way, marketing wise. Has anybody successfully done that right now or multiple times, or are you in the process of it? I would love to hear some more context for what other working professionals are doing.